All right, so go back to page 18 in your packet. Also, I'm going to go over a ton of constructions today. If any time you're studying on your own or doing tonight's homework and you forgot those steps because I've gone over a lot of them, just a reminder, please use it, please use it, please use it. Our how-to videos up on Classroom. All right, please use it and find the one. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do an angle bisector. First, you want to remind me what that is. That's another vocabulary term, right? What's an angle bisector do for me here? If I'm going to construct it, I should know what the heck, what is it going to do here? What's going on, Ian? Two equal angles, correct. Splits it in half, essentially. So at the end here, we're going to, not that. We're going to have something that looks like this, right? At the end of this, but with arc marks and stuff. All right, so let's start by putting our compass on vertex A. And let's make an arc that goes through both rays for me. So make an arc, I don't care what your opening is, make an arc that goes through both rays of your angle. And whatever you're working with today, pencil or pen, mark those 2 points of intersection, please, with points. All right, put points on those 2 places of intersection. Because I think after today, you're going to start to find out that the first arc you ever make on a construction is to find points of intersection. And the next 2 come from those 2 points, which is the same case here. So put your compass on one of those points that you made. And what I need is an arc above arc number 1. It doesn't have to intersect it. All right, I just need an arc above the first one. Okay, give me an arc above the first one. If it intersects the first, doesn't matter, but it's not going to be needed. And then you're going to put your, guess where you're going to put your next compass point? Where am I going to have you put your compass point now? Probably on the other point of intersection, yeah. So the arc 2 and the last arc intersect each other. So move up your compass to the other point of intersection and make arcs 2 and 3 intersect. All right, again, the first arc is just there to establish points of intersection. The next 2 arcs are the ones we need to intersect. And then hopefully you got some fireworks going here. Grab that straight edge and draw in your bisector. And make sure you tell me it's an angle bisector by putting your arc marks, offsetting. One doesn't make you great. Look at all that white space I have down below. Just draw yourself an angle right now down below. And I'll walk around and you bisect that angle for me. Okay? Bisect that angle for me. Just so you get an opportunity to do these on your own. Because I'm going to ask you to do this one more time at the end of class. And always remember, keep your arc marks, right? Keep your arc marks. First arc is to get points of intersection. The next 2 come from them to intersect. Everyone feeling all right? We'll move on. All right, remember, I'm going to ask you to do an angle bisector at the end of class today, so we will be back. So go ahead and go to day 8 now for me. Day 8. And I want to introduce our last vocabulary term for the unit that you're responsible for. Really, it's not a vocabulary term. I'm putting 2 terms together, all right, and creating something new. Perpendicular bisector. Okay, this could be a line segment, or a ray. Could be any one of those 3. What's it do? Well, let's take each one separately right now. Perpendicular, what's it going to do? Form a right angle, 90 degrees, right? That's what perpendicular means. It's going to form a right angle with whatever it's bisecting. And bisector, it's also going to cut it in half into 2 congruent parts. So imagine this right now. We're going to have EF is perpendicular to line segment CD. So right underneath, guys, draw a line segment CD for me. Okay, we have practice in that. Right underneath where it says conclude, draw a line segment CD for me. Draw. All right, now we're going to make a line called EF. And EF is what we're calling a perpendicular bisector. So before you draw it, let's review again. It should make a right angle with CD and also do what to CD? Cut it into 2 congruent parts. See what you can do right now. Go ahead. See if you can draw in EF. Eyeball it. All right, eyeball it. Be confident in your ability. It's got to do 2 things. Be perpendicular and bisect. Oh, some of you are doing falling into the trap. What's EF again? This is a, EF is a, what do I have on top of it? Line, right? So it just can't stop at CD. It's got to go through with arrows. All right, so make sure you have arrows on this bad boy. Keep going, Thomas. You got a ray there for me. Right, you have ray EF there. Oh, you got a line there? Sorry, couldn't see the rest. Good. All right, some of you guys do, some of you guys don't. How am I going to know it's a perpendicular bisector? I think you could add some markings on there for me, can't you? What are you going to put on for the perpendicular part? The right angle symbol. So make sure you got a right angle symbol. And what are you going to put on to show me it bisects? What are we putting on? Doyle?
The lines that are
Not arc marks are for angles. What do I put on segments to show their hash marks? Good. Now wait, should these hash marks go on EF or CD? The one that's getting bisected, CD. Good. So go ahead. I'll put my version up here with all the bells and whistles. So here's CD. EF is a line, perpendicular bisector for it. Boom. Make sure you have a point E and F somewhere on there because that's the name of it. We should have a right angle symbol and hash marks. Look good? Oh, I'm not done though. Let's extend this now. See where they intersect each other? Give me a vocabulary term. What is this? Thank you. That's the midpoint of CD. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Vocab is flying today. All right, instead of drawing, how can I construct a perpendicular bisector? So let's go down the line segment AB. We are going to use our compass and straight edge to construct the perpendicular bisector of AB. So think about what it should look like first, right? Perpendicular going through AB, cutting it into 2 equal parts. Yep. Hey, you already know how to do it. You actually know this construction already. Oh, where's this going to go? Where's the perpendicular bisector go through? At B? Haven't we discussed how to find the midpoint, I think, before? Yes, we just got to review it. Take your compass, put it on an endpoint. I see some of you doing already. What should I be doing with my compass? Whoa, even before I make an arc mark, I should be opening it Hey, because this isn't going to cut it. Me making an arc from here is not going to cut it. It's got to be more than half the length of the segment, remember. You got to open it up to more than half the length of AB. Then do a decent size arc. We suggested probably like a half circle size. Then you go over to the other end point. How many points of intersection should I have? 2. All right, you just can't have this one because you're not going to be able to line your straight edge with up with anything. You got to have that second point. And when I showed you this construction, I never had you draw on the line because you didn't know what it meant yet, and I didn't want it there. Now, when you draw on the line, that's your perpendicular bisector. Right? So go ahead, line up your straight edge. There it is. There's your perpendicular bisector. And let's make sure we get detailed for me. Right angle, congruent, congruent. And you don't have to do this every time. I just want to make sure we're clear. What is that point right there again? Midpoint. Every perpendicular bisector will go through the midpoint. Okay, everyone. Okay, any questions on perpendicular bisector, those two words being put together? Because I'm going to take one of them away now. Take a word away. Little fade. XY bisects AB. You think you can draw that for me with the proper markings? X line segment XY bisects line segment AB. Just draw. What's getting cut in half? AB. So that's where the marking should be. So go ahead, see what you can do. XY bisects AB. Give me a diagram that shows that. Line segment XY bisects AB. And just again, it's a freehand drawing. I don't care about the number of units of each or if it's really in the middle. Beautiful. Everyone's doing what I expected you to do. Beautiful. Because you don't know any better yet. I love it. Ooh. Easy, Doyle. Adding a little bit too much info there. I'll show you why. Beautiful. I love what everybody's doing. Here's what you're doing. You have this line segment AB, and then you're doing this. Beautiful. Here, ready? I want to show you a different version. What word don't you see here that we just had last problem? Perpendicular. So, number one, you shouldn't have a box. Okay, shouldn't have the box there. 2, do I need XY to look straight up and down like this, vertical? No, watch. Because I got rid of the word perpendicular, that's still good. Just as long as it goes through AB's, what's that again? Midpoint. Okay? So I dropped the word perpendicular. It does not have to form a right angle. It does not. All right, switch it up on me now. Switch it up. AB bisects XY. You can do the same diagram and just flip the letters, but if you want to get crazy, go ahead. I don't know which one bisects which markings, right? Markings. Those hash marks. Everyone have hash marks on XY this time now. Everyone's got them on XY. All right, good. Any issues with bisects? All right, how do I do it now with the construction? Notice, do I have perpendicular on this construction? No. And really, take a look. If I go and do that construction, well, that doesn't even look close to all right. It's going to be incorrect, right? It'll bisect, but what direction don't I follow? It doesn't go through X, does it? Ooh. So I just can't do that. But can I still use this? Yeah! Yeah, I can! Ready? Go ahead. Give me that construction, but don't draw in the perpendicular bisector. We're still going to use it, though, but don't draw in the line. So open it up. Again, don't draw in the line because that'll bisect, but it won't go through X. What can I use this for? Go ahead, line it up. Take your straight edge, line it up. I don't want to draw on the line, but what can I mark on AB that'll help me? Midpoint, beautiful. Midpoint, midpoint. So line it up, mark the midpoint of AB, and then you can draw in your bisector. You guys are on it today. And I forgot them, sorry. Should have. Hash marks. All right, how's everyone feel now? So we took the perpendicular word away, we can do it. What if I took the bisector word away? Shatter. What if I took the bisector word away? So everyone see what I'm asking here. A line that's perpendicular to AB, so it's got to form A. Got to form A. Right angle with AB, but now it's got to go through P. So, all right, let me go back to the one we've been relying on here. Is that one going to help this time? Why not? It's going to be perpendicular, but won't go through P. And unlike the last one, I can't even use this. So now I have to show you something brand new. Okay, this is something we haven't done yet this year, and that is just how do I make a perpendicular line that's not a bisector? All right, we know how to do that, but this one can't be a bisector. First step, put your compass point on P. All right, you're going to have to play around with your compass opening now, kids. I need an arc that intersects the line segment AB 2 spots. All right, so play around with your compass. I need an arc that intersects AB in 2 spots. It's going to look like a smile, which I did not do great there. Let's try that again. Come on, come on. There we go. And I don't think you run into this problem on this one, but if you're ever doing one by yourself and you can only get it to intersect once, extend it. Extend your line segment. Okay, extend it, or your line, whatever you're working with. So if you're ever in the predicament where you know you got to get it to intersect twice, but you can only get it to intersect once, extend that bad boy so you can get it twice. All right, just like we've always done, take whatever you're working with today, mark those 2 points of intersection. Usually when we do these constructions, your first arc is for points of intersection, and the next 2 are going to intersect and come from those points. All right, so take your compass, put it on 1 point of intersection, make an arc above or below, doesn't matter. Arc 2 and 3, you want to intersect from each point. You want it to intersect from each point now. Hey, and I forgot to mention this, arc 2 and 3 have to be the same opening of your compass. If it's not, it won't intersect right below P. All right, it should come from the same opening of your compass. And then when you're at this last step, line it up, your straight edge up with the intersection in point P. And just a lot of people in my last period honors classes were like, well, it doesn't exactly line up with point P. It's off to the right or to the left a little bit. Remember, if you open or close your compass just a little bit either way, it's going to throw off where this point of intersection is. Got to make sure your last 2 points, your last 2 arcs are the same opening. That's why I always suggest holding it from the top. All right, those 2 kids I was working with were kind of holding it from here, and they were just not on purpose. We're just opening and closing it by mistake. All right, so make sure you try to hold it from the top so it stays that same opening. One more thing.
The right.
Yeah, if it's perpendicular, show me it's perpendicular. Good work. So that's how I can do a perpendicular line that does not bisect it. That's good. You guys are good. Sorry, I picked that one up pretty quick. All right, I need another one now. I'm not going to change the rules though. Same steps. Oh, wait a second, Mr. Crane. The point's on the line now. So still the same step. Put your compass point on P and do what? Make an arc that intersects twice. So now you just get a choice. Do you want a frown or a happy, right? Frown or a smile. It's up to you. Mark those 2 points of intersection when you get them. If you can only get one, go ahead and extend the line a little further. And hey, your opening of your compass does not have the last 2 arcs do not have to be the same as the first. Just the last 2 have to be the same. Okay, so after you make the first, if you want to open, close, whatever floats your boat, just make sure the last 2 are the same opening. All right, the last 2 have to be the same opening. All 3 never do. And it does say a line here, so I am going to have to put arrows on this beast. All right. Okay, where it went, or you made that, right?
Yeah.
And now you take your compass, put it on one of the points. Go ahead, swing on a little arc up top. That's fine. Yep. Now stop. Leave it. The same opening. Yep. There we go. Anybody else? We're good. Let you guys finish up. What class are we in again? Always asking that question. It's never good. What class? What class here, kids? Honors. Yeah. So why don't we do an honors level construction, huh? What do you say? Yes. Yes. You're hungry for it. I could tell. Come on. You want it. This is not the time I wanted it. Okay. It says construct an equilateral triangle. Equilateral. Well, I know triangle. How many sides? Okay. So I need a 3-sided figure. Equilateral. It's got all 3 sides have to be the same length. Correct. So where's equilateral? Right here. All 3 sides congruent. All 3 sides congruent. And they all have the length of CB, or sorry, AB. But you got to use your compass. Can't use your ruler and say, this is 7 inches, so I'm going to measure 7 inches, 7 inches. I need to use my compass here. Okay? So how do I use my compass? So all 3 lengths have the same length as AB. Well, first thing, I need something to do this construction on, because I'm just not going to go to this white space here and just start drawing some, random arc marks here. I need something to do it on. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is take your straight edge and make a nice long ray for me, so I can do the construction on there. You'll always need something to do the construction on, either the diagram or your own ray. Okay, so all three sides have to have a length of AB. So why don't we just copy AB on there, right, to start? So we've done, this is the first construction we did. I want you guys to go ahead, copy AB using your compass onto that ray. Copy AB onto it. Does everyone have a copy? All right, now you see your first, don't do this. I just want to show you on my diagram here. Does everyone see your first side? There's the first side of the triangle. It's already a length of AB. All right, so how can I get a second side then? Because it doesn't make any sense for me to go back, measure AB, and do it from here again. I'm just going to get the same arc. Is there anywhere else I could maybe put my compass to get a second side maybe? Because if I do it here, it's just going to be the same arc and I'm stuck again. What's up, babe? Yeah, well, not. Well, over here you mean, right? Yep. So everyone, yep, go to where it intersected. Go where the first arc intersected, and arc number 2. Take a look. Watch me here first before you guys get after it. You see what's going to happen here? You see how I'm not going to get an intersection? So that tells me, and maybe this will happen to you now or later on in the year, I just need to go back and make my first one longer if that's going to happen. I didn't do anything wrong. I just didn't make the first one long enough. All right, now go on over. Go on over. And remember, my compass is already opened up to AB. Take a look on mine. Do you see the second side now to the triangle? I got side 1. Everyone see side 2 now? Once I make that, those two arcs intersect. There's side 2. There's side 2. And guess where side 3 is going to be? I think you guys can take it from there. All right. So I'm seeing some of you guys made 2 sets of intersection. Just go from one of the points above or below. And then go ahead and finish this triangle off. And what's great about this one is you can check now if you're right or wrong. Take your compass, put it on each side. Is it always the same opening? Okay. Oh, is it always the same opening? And it should be. And to finish this part of the honors construction off, what can I put on each side? Hash marks. And this next part is where I really get fired up. So get that equilateral triangle done. We got about 7 minutes. Here we go. Ready for number 6. Use this construction. All right, I don't want to build a new one. Use what we have already to get me a 30-degree angle. Not 29, not 31. A exactly 30-degree angle from that diagram. All right, let me push it. Who told me? Oh, actually, a bunch of you guys told me. All 3 sides were congruent, right? In an equilateral. So are the angles. So are the angles. All 3 angles are equal. Anybody know what all the angles in a triangle add up to? Anybody know that fact? You will by definitely this year. Go ahead. 180. They all add up to 180. And if I just said all 3 of the angles are equal, can somebody find me one of the angles? One of the angles has to measure what here? 60, right? 180 divided by 3. Whoa. One of the angles is what? 60. And I'm asking for a term we've used already this year. How I can turn a 60-degree angle into a 30. Oh, yes! Just say it again. Bisect it. All right, once I bisect one of those three angles, I'll have 2/30s. Task completed. That is where we did, this is what we did at the beginning of class today, right? All right, so pick an angle right now, you're going to bisect. Put your compass point on that vertex. Make an arc so it intersects the rays twice. This is our third time doing it now. Mark those 2 points of intersection. Mark those 2 points of intersection. Then put your compass on each point and make arc 2 and 3 intersect each other. Whew. Love this one. Congratulations, you've just made a 30-degree angle. Exactly 30 degrees. Bless you. All right, can you please flip over the homework? I just want to make sure we are clear on some of the expectations because there's not much tonight. All right, I'm not going to have you do a whole bunch of constructions. Or maybe, nope, I didn't get rid of it. Go to nope, never mind. We actually changed this up, so we're good. All right, I have nothing to say. Everything is good. All right, everything is good. Okay, the directions are good for tonight.